was this vicious video that came out of Michael and Chelsea going back and forth. Chelsea looked like she was bleeding from her nose and her mouth. She was upstairs and broke out a window. A lot went down, so check out my last video if you haven't already seen that yet. But I was asking a lot of questions like what happened leading up to this, because Michael was arrested a few days ago for DV after Chelsea called the police and claimed he put hands on her. Well, now I finally got exclusive information from one side. I do not know Chelsea said at this time outside of what she has shared on Facebook, but I did get some more tea from the other side and some exclusive pictures and videos. So first, let me share what I heard like leading up to this. So Michael and Chelsea broke up for a while, and then I guess Chelsea went and got a bunch of counseling and she did a lot of work on herself, and Michael noticed her progress. So he was talking to her just as friends for a little bit, but after he realized like, look, she seems like a completely changed person, he decided to give her another chance. Well, they got together and it was toxic from the jump. Like not even the first week or two, they were fighting and he was threatening to move out. I guess he moved up to Ohio 3 months ago to be back with Chelsea. But not only that, it was perfect timing because his 2 kids, they needed somewhere to go and stay with him for the summer. So he's like, okay, you guys could just come up here and stay with me. So it all worked out for the time being. But things quickly went back to how toxic they have always been. He said that they're fighting constantly. I guess he was claiming that him and Chelsea were fighting constantly. I was told that she's very, I can't say the word on here. I'm trying to think of a word I can't say the word on here because of YouTube guidelines, so I'm trying to think of a way to say it. She wants to take her life. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't want to be here. She doesn't want to live. She's always threatening to take her life is what I was told. And I guess a lot of times when her and Michael fight, that's the first thing she goes to is that she's going to hurt herself, or she likes to tell people that she's going to cut herself, or she's going to hang herself out in the woods or out in the garage. It's a lot. So Michael and Chelsea have had a very tumultuous relationship, and there may be a few things that I leave out in all this. I took notes when I was on the phone with this person getting all this information, and then I guess I didn't save it, so I'm trying to remember everything that I was told. I'm hoping I'm covering it all. But I guess Michael and Chelsea were living together, and that night, I guess they got into a fight. I can't remember the exact reason. It was over something stupid, but they get in this stupid little fight over something, and Chelsea had an attitude, and then she started threatening that she was going to take her own life, and Michael was like, okay, obviously you need space. I don't want to be around your drama. So he decided to sleep outside for the night. Well, I guess Chelsea kept going outside and like kind of just looking at him like, hey, are you going to come back inside? Like she wasn't asking him to come back inside, but you could tell just by the way she was acting and constantly checking in on him that she wanted him to come back inside. And eventually she went inside, and he decided after a while, he's like, you know what? I'm going to go inside and take a shower and just go inside for the night. So he went inside, he took a shower, he walked in him and Chelsea's room. And when he went into Chelsea's room, he said he turned the lights on because Chelsea was just sitting there in the pitch black. And he said he felt all weird and uncomfortable with her sitting in the pitch black, all upset like that. Like he thought something was about to happen to him. And he just got out of the shower and he needed to get his stuff and find where his stuff was. So he turned the light on. And as soon as he turned the light on, Chelsea jumped up and freaked the hell out and told him to turn the effing light off. He's like, dude, I was just trying to find my stuff real quick and just turn it right off. Well, she got in a big fight with him. They were going back and forth. She started freaking out. And allegedly, she said she was going to go downstairs and grab a knife and unalive herself. So Michael was like, no, you are not going downstairs. So he claimed he tried to stop her from going downstairs. And I guess when we saw that video footage that was leaked when she's upstairs acting like she's being held hostage, I guess when I asked them, like, okay, so was she being held hostage? I was told that she wasn't being held hostage. She could leave at any time. That was told to her multiple times. But I was told they did not feel safe letting Chelsea go downstairs since she was threatening to get a weapon and hurt herself. So they claim that they were trying to make sure she didn't do that, so they're trying to keep her away from the kitchen. And they said that Chelsea just started going crazy. After she couldn't go downstairs and get a knife, she started punching herself in the face over and over again. She was messing her face up pretty bad. So Michael stepped in and he tried to get her to stop. And that's when she unleashed on him. He claims that she socked him in the face really hard, punched him in the nose, broke his nose. He now has 2 black eyes, and they're sitting there tussling. She swung on him, and I was told that she socked him like he was a full-on man. I think Chelsea has a broken nose too. And at first, he was just trying to push her away and get her away from him. So he keeps pushing her away, and eventually she falls onto the bed with him. They're sitting there tussling. Eventually, they fall on the floor. They're rolling all over the floor, tussling with each other. And eventually, Chelsea got a hold of Michael's finger and bit the living hell out of his finger. So she was sitting there biting down on his finger just harder and harder. He kept telling her to let go, and she was refusing. So eventually, he ended up hitting her in the face to get her to stop. And of course, as soon as he hit her in the face, that is when she stopped. And I mean, at first, in my last video, I'm like, damn, he kind of hit her hard. Even if you're defending yourself, he got her good in the face. You could see her nose was bleeding and stuff like that. But I guess she got him pretty damn good as well. Pictures that were shared with me of injuries that Michael had, I was told that eventually Michael did leave. I did ask what happened to Chelsea's phone. I was told from one side that Chelsea had put her phone in Michael's truck, allegedly, so she could track him. He sat there, went to his truck, got in his truck, drove off, and he said he didn't even get around the corner before he was pulled over by the police. But he said that the officer arrested him after Chelsea ended up calling the police on him after he did leave. His truck was impounded, and he still needs to get his truck out of impound. And I guess that's going to cost him $400 or $500. And I guess since they're claiming Chelsea put her phone in his truck so she could track him. And since his truck's an impound, that's where Chelsea's phone is. And that's why Chelsea still doesn't have her phone yet, because he hasn't got his truck out of impound. But I guess her phone's in his truck and all his stuff is at her house. And she has a order of protection out on him for her and the kids, so he can't talk to her, go near them. But I guess Michael did reach out to a police officer to try to go over there and get his stuff, and I guess all her cars and everything were there, but nobody answered the door. And he's kind of freaking out now, because literally everything he has, I guess he had several flat screens, he had multiple vehicles, he claimed he had tablets, smartwatches, all kinds of electronics, and he is even feeling maybe Chelsea could have just started all this because she wanted to take all his stuff, because he claims when he first moved in with Chelsea that she had nothing. She lived in an empty house, and once he moved in, he completely furnished the whole place. But I think it's just Chelsea just acting at the spur of the moment, really not thinking things through. And I think that's another reason why she's freaking out so much afterwards, because she's just sitting there what the hell did I just do? I was told that Chelsea currently isn't working, but she did adopt her niece and is fostering her niece, and she gets paid $600 a month to do that. But I guess I heard she had some kind of incident where earlier that day with that incident with Michael, she allegedly punched her daughter in the face. Now let's look at what Michael had to say about the situation.
My nose is broke right there, boys. Oh, I know it's at least fractured. Yeah. Cops wouldn't even take my statement. They immediately said I was the aggressor. Now tell me that ain't done. It's crazy. And what's crazy is I was pulled over by a different county's cops, and they called the Richwood police and told them, you might want to check this gentleman out before you write the citations on him, because they're telling them to slap cuffs on me. And they was like, have you talked to this man, or have you seen his injuries? Because he's got a lot of injuries on him. They said, nope, we're charging him, cuff him. They didn't take my statement or nothing. And it's the same cop that did it last time. He's an honorary. I ended up cussing him because he's a bitch, is what he is. Literally, I was trying to save that woman from so stupid. She just punched herself ace and talking about grabbing a knife from the kitchen. I go to restrain her, then she starts hitting me and shit. And I'm an aggressor? You, man. Fuck with police. Y'all are fucked up.
Oh, I'm trying to think of what I didn't mention. So Michael was originally charged with DV, but now Chelsea's claiming he strangled her. He's claiming he never strangled her, just fought her off and punched her that one time. But now he has a DV charge and a strangulation charge. And that is a serious charge. I don't play around with strangulation charges. I know there's more I learned about this situation too, but right now, like trying to remember everything off the top of my head, it's hard to feel like I covered everything. But I think that's the gist of it. Well, let me know what you guys think about this mess in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.